Alright, here we are in Ron's shop. This is the headway I've made so far. Got my head good and clean, or the pistons and everything cleaned up really good. It's looking good. It's really level as far as I can tell. Put a flat bar on it and checked it, and put a flashlight behind the flat bar to see if there's any gaps. But this is all coming along good. Now, as I explained before, a lot of people are worried, well, what do you use to clean that with without damaging the face? Well, the biggest thing to use is to be careful, for one thing. You do it really slow and really soft, really gentle. It took me about an hour and a half to clean up the block, top of the pistons off. And no, it wasn't boiled or anything. It was just done. It was just done with diesel fuel, Scotch-Brite, fine end here. It's a Scotch-Brite. It's fairly soft. It's not going to grind off your metal so that you ruin your flatness. I just dip it into diesel fuel. I put my air pressure on 43 to 45 pounds. So this moves really slow, so it doesn't get out of control and go, zip, 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 because that's not what you want. I just wanted it to turn just fast enough to break the junk off the face of these. This one, I've got the face, my head, I've got the face all smooth. Now I couldn't find my dang spring compressor. I don't know. I did have a move at one time, and I had a spring compressor. So now I'm kind of stuck. I ordered a new spring compressor from eBay so I can get these valves out. And I still got to take the spark plugs out. They're just sitting there. But well, I left the spark plugs in there so nothing gets down when I was cleaning here. I don't want any junk getting down into the threads, even though I'd blow them all out, but for now they're still in there. So that's as far as I am. Now, when I replace this head gasket, I'm going to use the copper spray. I'm going to get my head gaskets. I'm getting a full gasket set so that I can redo the water pump gasket, the head or the header gasket, your intake gasket. I bought a kit with every gasket there is. Even it comes with the carbs, everything. I bought it off eBay for 40 bucks. It's a hell of a deal. You get everything you need. And it's by the good company that was recommended to me. I forget what the name of it is, but they had a hell of a deal on there for all your gaskets to redo them on eBay. You look up head gasket for Triumph GT6 and you'll find that kit, and you can't go wrong. It's a hell of a deal. You'll see it. It has the head gasket. It'll have your valve cover gaskets, your carburetor blocks and gaskets, intake, exhaust, that'll have that gasket, all of it. So it was a hell of a good deal. So that's what I'm waiting for, and I'm waiting for my spring compressor so I can get in here, take these valves out and lap them. Now, I had a guy say, oh, you got to sand this down once you're done with it, once you clean it off with Prussian blue, a block of wood, and this Prussian blue sandpaper and dye. I'm not going to do that. Simple fact is, that's what a gasket's for if you don't have a warped head. I checked my head for warpage with a wide bar of machine steel that is for surely flat, and I flash a screwdriver underneath it as I go. I'll put it on the end, drag it as I'm shining a flashlight behind it, and I'll see if there's any gaps. And then I'll do it the opposite direction. I'll start from this side, flashlight behind it, checking for any gaps. So, yeah, I don't like the idea of sanding with Prussian blue sandpaper and sanding my heads. I've never done it, and I'm not going to do it. As far as I'm concerned, that may actually take metal off, and I don't want to. I want this to stay, you know, as pristine as possible. So, yeah, I'm not doing that. So, that's where I'm at so far. It's come along really well. I'm pretty pleased with the results. Now, when I put my head gasket on, I will actually hang my head gasket somewhere, and I will spray it down both sides with that copper. It's called copper head gasket sealer, and I will let it dry for 24 hours before I install it. So, and then if there are any little gaps, micro gaps or whatever you may have, it's gonna fill them. So that's how I'm handling this procedure. So with that, that's how far I am, guys, and have a good Christmas weekend. Bye now.